He is one of the hardest working and the most diligent, dedicated lawyers that I've ever encountered. So he's got something unique. It's a sparkle, it's a zest, it's something different that makes him persevere, ambitious, strategic, intelligent. So Ian and I went to law school together. We were at Cleveland Marshall and we sat together in the same section.
So I've known him for over 20 years, and basically our friendship started with him working as an intern for the firm that I was working with.
I know Ian, we actually first met in college, and not just in college, we actually met in class. We met in a class that was an improvisational acting class.
I've known Ian for approximately 20 years as part of the criminal defense community here in the northern part of Ohio.
Ian and I met, I think about 10 years ago. I was finishing up law school and I interviewed for a clerk position, and so I clerked with Ian for the last semester of law school, and then started working with him thereafter and been together ever since.
I think I admire most Ian's intelligence. I mean, he's an incredibly brilliant person and he's a great strategist, and I love to talk to him about his strategy for cases and his strategy and for his life. I mean, he plans things out, and he is always, you think he's 2 paces ahead, he's 10 paces ahead. He's really always ahead of the game.
Ian is fiercely loyal. You don't find that in people today. Usually they're fiercely loyal if it serves them, or they're fiercely loyal if the cost isn't too high. There's no more loyal person that I know of.
Ian exemplifies the values of Marshall, I think, just in how he handles himself and how he practices law. I think he is always concerned about being ethical and also about doing what's best not only for our clients but also to further the practice itself and to support other fellow practitioners.
Ian Friedman exemplifies the values of Cleveland Marshall because he is not just practicing law, he is involved in the advancement of the practice and the profession. I mean by that he sits on numerous committees, he teaches law, he presents at seminars, he helps young lawyers, he instructs young lawyers, he mentors them, and through all of that he advances the profession, not just for its own sake, but also in the eyes of the community.
We become lawyers because we want to help people, and I think that exemplifies him. And I think it was taught to us. We didn't just learn how to earn money there. We learned how to help people. We learned how to practice law.
I think that Ian would say that he was most proud of his children. So I think that, knowing him as I do, I mean, he's got a million successes as an attorney. But the real Ian is proud of his family and his marriage and his success from that aspect.
What he's most proud of, and not necessarily an accomplishment, but what he's most proud of is his family. His daughter and son, you have Maddie and Gabriel, and his wife Jamie. They're definitely his heart, they're definitely his love, and definitely he's most proud of his family.
I had to appear in court. It was a domestic violence case. My daughter, who was 8 at the time, Maddie, come with me. She was off from school that day. And this was a case that was kind of on the fence as to whether or not the young man would have to do jail time or not. And Maddie happened to be sitting in the back of the courtroom. The judge was gracious enough to invite her up front and introduce herself, and she said, "I'm Maddie," and I go to Laurel, and she was standing there, and I'm thinking to myself, this might work. So I said, "Hey Maddie, why don't you tell the judge what we were talking about on the way up here?" So she looked at me, and the bailiff was taking pictures, and you can actually see the client's arm in the picture in the white shirt. And Maddie looks up at the judge, and she said, "Your Honor, sometimes good people do bad things. And just because somebody does something bad doesn't mean that they're a bad person. So I think that we should give, she looks up at me, she says, Daddy, what's his name? And I said, John. And she said, so I think we should give John a chance to see if he's a good person or he's a bad person. And she had this look, she was so proud of what she said. And then my favorite photo that I have of my entire practice is when Maddie's looking up at me and she said, how'd I do, Dad? I said, you did real good, bub, you did real good. And the judge gave probation. And you have to imagine the client looking at me while this 8-year-old is talking, looking at me like, Ian, what did I pay you for, an 8-year-old to be representing me? And afterwards, I've seen him now several times over the course of the years, and he says to me all the time, he goes, how's my lawyer doing? And he's not talking about me now. He's talking about an 8-year-old, now 9. So very proud of that moment, and many others, but that's one that stands out.
If Ian were a crayon color, he would definitely be like a bright orange. He would be orange, sunny, he would be sparkly. He would have a lot of zest, a lot of oomph. And when he walks in, you notice him. I mean, he's definitely someone that has a presence about him. He might be red too. He likes red, and red is definitely a color that I think exemplifies him.
We were going to an Indians game, and it was after work, so we were going to meet there after work. So I'm at the stadium waiting for him, and here comes Ian. And mind you, Ian just came back from, I think he was overseas on vacation, I believe. He was in Italy, and I think Milan to be exact. So he comes strutting down the sidewalk on the way to the stadium in this brand new suit. And this suit, it must have been some type of electric purple or blue or something. It was definitely different. And it was a suit that you can only buy and probably only wear in Milan. And I just remember it kind of reminded me of kind of the Clark Griswold moment from European Vacation, where they went shopping in Milan, Italy, and they bought these kind of outrageous outfits. And that's kind of what that suit reminded me of. And I don't know if it was just my impression or if it was reality, but I just felt like everyone was staring at that suit during the entire game. So I just hope he doesn't wear that suit to the luncheon, because then that would be pretty awkward.
And I would like them to know how devoted he is to the practice and how devoted he is to his family. It's amazing that he finds the time to spend with his family that he does, given the hours that he spends practicing law. That he wedges that in between things and makes sure he's always there for his family activities and especially for his children.
I think that Marshall students can learn from Ian the importance of reputation and the importance of doing everything you can to zealously represent your clients and to keep their best interests at heart.
You got to realize that you're there for people, and that's what he does. He makes sure that they know they have somebody who's going to go to war for them and be there for them. And that's what you have to do in this business. It's not about how much money you made or the fact that you work for such and such a firm, because at the end of the day, it's a service industry, and he exemplifies that fact.
Ian, I am so proud of you. I'm not surprised in any way, shape, or form that you find yourself in this position. You are a force to be reckoned with, and it's your perseverance that's gotten you to this fantastic award. I am so happy to be your friend. Congratulations.
I want to say congratulations. I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of all that you've accomplished that brings us here today. You've worked very hard, and you've done a lot with the legal profession, and you are definitely an excellent ambassador for Cleveland Marshall. Not only do I believe that you deserve this honor, but you definitely earned it. I'm very proud of you, and I am proud that I can call you my friend. Congratulations.
Congratulations on being awarded one of the Alumnus of the Year awards. It is well-deserved, well-earned, and may you and your family have good health and a long and profitable career.
Ian, just want to say congratulations, and it's certainly well-deserved.
I watched you almost lose your life a few years ago and struggle to live for your daughter, marry your beautiful wife, have your beautiful son, and I am so proud of the man that you have become in some very difficult situations in this life. I love you, brother. Enjoy.